And now, it's time for another episode of Ask Dante. This week, Tough Girl asks, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop?
Dear Tough Girl. First, I believe the question was supposed to be, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? I don't think anybody cares about making to this stick. It just so happened, when I was in my high school, my calculus teacher actually had us answer this very question. The first problem arises from the very nature of the question. Does anybody actually lick a Tootsie Pop? No. People put it in their mouths and leave it there. But for experimentation's sake, we did it anyway. Our fairly young female teacher demonstrated that we needed to come up with a standard repeatable lick, even if it wasn't a real lick. She then proceeded to put the pop in her mouth, twirl it around before taking it out again. I imagine nearly every male student got a chubby right about then. So what we did was measure the Tootsie Pop with calipers, lick it a certain number of times, and remeasure to determine the rate the candy shrinks. After a few data points, we continued without measuring until we reached the Tootsie Pop center, so we could find out what the size of the sphere was and do math to see how many licks it would have been had we continuously measured. It turns out the Tootsie Pop is always misshapen, so if you actually did a real lick, it would depend on your particular pop and where you were licking. After all those years, I can't remember the number, so I'm just going to have to go with Mr. Owl's answer and say 3.